Hello everyone. Today we'll be discussing Vocab U, an app made for learning your way. Let's get started. Meet Jordan, a 22-year-old student at the University of Minnesota studying elementary education. Jordan's mornings and afternoons consist of classes and studying. Her evenings and weekends are spent teaching dance at a studio. She has a very busy schedule, and finding time to study and focus on herself can be a very tricky task. Jordan needs a means to stay organized on the go while being able to use multiple study methodologies. She wants to increase the time she spends studying with an ability to track her progress. We found that it's important to remember that one method of teaching isn't going to work for everyone. We must create multiple ways for students to learn and quickly review material daily for better retention. With that said, we wanted to create an app that keeps classes and material organized, is easily accessible, offers multiple study methodologies, and tracks progress. Our first prototype here was designed to be minimalistic with important features including class or subject organization, the use of multiple study methodologies, an ability to review material, a separate ability to test material, and a means to track progress. To begin here, you can see we have the beginnings of an app that default upon opening to our study sets page where class folders are stored and organized. There's an ability to create a new folder and then create a subfolder or deck within that. Once a folder with a deck is created, our user can then add their terms of choice with an ability to upload photos for our visual learners or take a voice recording for those needing an ability to study audibly. Our next feature of importance was the ability of our user to be able to review and test their material. We use flat navigation at the bottom of the page where a user can click on Practice and choose to review or test the material. Here you can see the review process where the user chooses a folder and deck to study from, the choice of how they want to review, and then a flashcard system that tracks the time spent reviewing material. Here we walk through the steps to test material with our important feature of choosing different study methodologies. We have the option to choose true or false, multiple choice, fill in the blank, and matching. Our user has the choice to view their answers in real time and choose the number of terms they'd like to test. Here are a few more examples with a final screen showing user gains and test feedback, including the percentage scored, a percent correct and percent incorrect, with the time it took to complete. Our next step required us to gather a few people for usability testing. The goals or tasks we wanted our users to perform were create a new folder, upload and save a new term to a study deck, review terms, and test the knowledge of those terms. We learned through observation that the UX writing for folders and decks was a bit confusing. Some users also tried to click the wording next to our Add New Folder, Deck, or Term button instead of the button itself. Our bottom flat navigation was tricky to navigate because of its small size and its lack of icons. We did not have a progress bar at the top of our review session, which users wanted, and yet even at the top of our progress bar at the top of our test section, it looked like a slider that some people tried to use. We found also that there was no way to quit or end a test, which was a problem, and our review and test feedback wasn't as comprehensive as it could have been. Here you can see some of the revisions we made. We added a heading to folder navigation. Because of the feedback based on folder and deck confusion, we edited the UX writing and labeled the section as subjects. We also color-coded and blocked out folders for better visual representation. And as you can see, we added color and included written instruction to the Add New button. We also added icons to our bottom navigation. Here we created a little bit more subject and deck clarity through color-coded headings and blocked out deck folders. And in terms of our review, we added a progress bar and changed it to a bar graph instead of a slider. We added an alert screen if the user accidentally clicks the back button or wants to end their review. And finally, in the review section, we increased the user's progress report to show the time spent reviewing, the number correct, the number incorrect, and a mastery percentage. We have also created a section where achievements can be unlocked as user gains increase. In the test portion, we edited the progress bar, added a hint tool for users if they needed a little nudge. We also added an ability to quit a test with a similar alert screen for users if they chose to leave. Finally, we updated the user progress report. The user now will see their results in a more visually appealing and understanding means through this bar graph, which charts the number correct, the number incorrect, and the number of hints needed in order to complete the test. It also gives you a final test session score with a score out of the total terms tested and a progress percentage. Next is the new prototype in its entirety for you to view. Here is our login and our creation of a new subject. Here is our upload new terms to our deck within a subject. Then we get to our reviewing of terms, our flashcard system with an alert, and our overall progress reported with achievements that have been unlocked. Our test terms of choice are here. And at the end here, we see our test session score and our overall progress. Moving forward, our next steps include creating a test error state message that the user will receive if they choose to view their answers in real time while testing. It is important to get this UX writing correct so that the user does not feel disheartened or frustrated while using this feature. We would also like to add a URL link option to terms, decks, and subjects, allowing the user to link quick access to course material, documents, videos, or study tools of any kind. This would enhance the user experience and their resources available. We would also like to create the profile page where users' progress, reports, and achievements are logged. This would also be the place for the users to choose personal settings that are either private or public for class sharing, which leads me to our idea of creating a Connect page. This page would allow users to search for material that has already been created and shared, so that pre-made study material is easy, accessible, and ready to bookmark and save in the user's personal page. This feature would create a sense of community and connection to others. We learned many lessons during this process, including the importance of UX design and every step being imperative to the creation of the final product. In fact, user research is incredibly important. What one person deems successful, another may not. And even feedback that doesn't seem necessary holds an important space that may pop up later down the road. With that said, it is even more important to document and save each step along the way, as prior material, again, may offer solutions down the road when the work gets more complex. Thank you for listening to my presentation.